Can your citizenship be granted after a deception allegation? Hi, I'm Mafuz. Here's something a lot of people don't know. If the Home Office decides at any point, even years ago, that you used deception in an immigration application, that single finding can block you from British citizenship for up to 10 years. It doesn't matter if it changed the outcome at the time, nor does it matter how long ago it was. This all comes down to something called the good character requirement. And once that word deception is on your file, under it, you're in one of the hardest categories to get out of. This is the story of a client who fell into exactly that trap and what we did to help her. Let's call her Sarah. Not her real name, but the case and outcome are real. On paper, Sarah should have sailed through years in the UK, indefinite leave to remain, married to a British citizen. She did everything right, instructed a firm of solicitors, submitted her application, and waited. Then the letter came, refused. And the reason went back years back to something that happened during her life in the UK test. A moment flagged at the time that the Home Office decided to reinterpret years later as an attempt to deceive them. Sarah pushed back, asked them to look again, refused again. At this point, her solicitors made a decision to take it to the first tier tribunal and fight in court. Except, here's the part almost nobody knows going in. You can't appeal a citizenship refusal. It's not legally possible. So the tribunal didn't weigh the evidence, didn't hear her side. They threw the case out on a technicality before it even started. That left Sarah with an allegation permanently on her file, no court willing to hear her, and Home Office guidance telling her to try again in 8 years. That's where she was when she came to us. We didn't start with the letter. We started with the original evidence from the beginning of the case. We requested everything: correspondence from the test centre, a full subject access request to the Home Office, every note they ever made. We wanted to see thoroughly, in black and white, exactly what evidence this 10-year block was actually standing on. And what we found was thin, genuinely thin, nowhere near what you would expect behind an allegation serious enough to end someone's path to citizenship. So we built the counter case, piece by piece. The timeline that worked against the Home Office's version of events. The fact she'd gone on to pass the same test days later without issue. The fact the Home Office themselves had already relied on this same test result once before when they granted her indefinite leave to remain. They trusted it then. We asked plainly, why not now? On top of that, years of employment history, immigration history, a life here with nothing in it that pointed to bad character. We put the whole picture in front of them, and we made sure it landed on the desk of a senior caseworker, not back into the same queue that refused her twice already. We submitted the fresh application in late 2025. Just over 3 months later, the letter came back, this time with a different answer: citizenship granted. 10 years of potential limbo gone once someone actually looked at the case properly. Here's the thing about that 8-year wait Sarah was told to expect. She never had to serve it because a refusal isn't always the final word. Even a bad character finding, even a deception allegation, even a messy immigration history, none of it automatically means the door is shut for good. If you've had an application refused on grounds like this, don't assume that it's the end of the road. Get in touch with Lisa's Law. That is exactly the kind of case we deal with.